tick follows tock, follows tick, follows tock. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is modern escapism.
Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom.
Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles, and for the last 4.5 years, my good friends and I have brought you this fine product that we are extremely proud of. My friends are the delectable, delicious, and delirious Candy.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome on. The obtuse, optimistic, and oblong Biggie.
The pleasure is all yours.
Yes. The vicious, vicarious, and victorious Gadget.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Wait, no, wrong end.
And the absolute abhorrent arsehole, it's Stig.
Hello.
How are you all doing?
Marvellous.
Sorry, say that again. I was coughing my lungs up.
Marvellous.
It's only because I have quit smoking. Can I just have this applause somewhere? 26 days smoke free. But now my lungs are ridiculous at the moment. Which I was told as well that this is normal.
Yes, your lungs will clear themselves out for about 3 weeks.
Yes, I was told. Because I thought, oh no, as I've quit, I now have lung cancer.
Sweet irony.
That's a sweet irony. But no. Apparently I've given myself years back on my life.
Yeah, you're going to cough up some black shit. It's awful when
you've done it and you've been through it.
I've been through it a couple of times, but last time I went from cigarettes to vaping, I coughed up all the tar and the black shit. And then I'm going to be quitting vaping in the next few months because of
that. Will be my end goal. But I'm currently just on the CBD.
Yeah.
I'm just currently on the CBD stuff, so no nicotine.
Yeah, well, when I quit vaping as well, there'll be probably another load of stuff to cough up. It's an unpleasant
candy floss flavoured.
Because you feel a lot worse before you feel better.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all good. Right, guys. Got some announcements to make. Oh, God.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Oh, God. So, listeners, hi. It's time for our State of the Union. So, as a collective, Modern Escapism always strives to give you the best entertainment around. And for a lot of you, for free. Boo, boo, everyone boo.
No, don't boo the free listeners. They keep us going as well.
But for us to buy TikTok, we need your help.
Spread the word.
Tick follows top,
Up our
follows tick,
Patreon.
follows top.
We have to buy it before Elon Musk does.
Yes. Before I go any further on any announcements, the patrons that are the ones that will be quivering in their boots at the moment, rest assured, you guys are not really going to see any difference. So, but we will explain in full. So, we've been talking about this for quite a while, and we are now changing our calendar, basically, our schedule, our production. In our eyes, for the better. We think so, because remember, guys, we started this 4.5 years ago during a pandemic. We all had a lot more spare time. Guess what? Now we don't. So, would you listeners still like to receive content every week? I thought you'd say yes. So that will be what is happening. So, after this today, which is going to be a normal episode that you know and love, it's going to be week 1, Modern Escapism, normal podcast. Week 2, Scorched Sheep. Week 3, Modern Escapism, normal podcast. Week 4, Scorched Sheep. And so on, and so on, and so on. The reason we've decided to do this is because Gadget was editing 5 podcasts at once sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes Stig had 7 Patreon episodes to fucking edit in a week.
It basically
ridiculous.
Wound up a few weeks ago that I had a period of...
Did you do 8 or something in a week?
Well, it wasn't all the edits, it was the recording as well, but basically I had a run in 9 days. I had 1 day where I was not doing something podcast related. on top of having a full-time job and a partner and a dog and a cat and trying to then have my own hobbies.
Yeah.
And it's just like it gets to a point where you are then also stressing because I need to find something new. I've done nothing this week except podcast, and I can't talk about the podcast on the podcast because then it gets all a bit too meta.
And it all gets 5 out of 5 anyway.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff.
So
wait, I'm on a podcast.
I brought it up with the guys, and it's just like, this is unsustainable. And we kind of agreed that, because also with starting Scorched Sheep up as soon, that's more, we tend to record that on weekdays.
Yeah.
Candy's a busy little bee. Stig's constantly in a battle for supremacy with his children.
Oh, it's a warring state over there in that house.
Yeah, Biggie frequently forgets his way home and can't record on some days. Yeah, so and then Oodles has just rediscovered alcohol, so that's probably going to go badly for recordings. So we made the decision basically to take Modern Escapism down to every other week, so we can do Scorched Sheep as well. And from my own perspective, I got a bit, I don't want to say annoyed, but basically we struggled last year with Scorched Sheep with like getting things out in a reasonable time. We couldn't get
anyone in, could we? Sometimes either.
No, because Candy had her issues last year with her housing situation, and both myself and Biggie had some mental health issues last year.
Some mentee bees, didn't you?
We had some mentee bees. Yep. So like we had a period of about 3 months where we didn't upload a Scorched Sheep, and that's just not on.
And we've decided as well, like, even with Modern Escapism, we noticed that we were like, we've all had a Biggie week. So the way we see it now is we've got like 2 weeks in between. We're never going to have Biggie weeks anymore.
No, because we'll have done something worth talking about.
Yeah. So that's not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you pretty much still get 4 like Patreon specific things every month. You will get, because what we're going to do,
you're going to get the green, you're going to get the green room, and then you're going to get the Dungeon Master's diary room at the end of Scorched Sheep, which is going to be new this year.
Yeah, so when Scorched Sheep campaign 2 starts, not counting the Alien RPG stuff that we're working through, but when the second campaign starts, we are going to do like an extra half an hour chat at the end of each episode, so the patrons get a little bit more out of that. And that'll be first episode, everyone will get it, and then after that it'll become patron exclusive,
which is good for you Scorched Sheep fans, because we never read out feedback on Scorched Sheep.
No, we don't.
So now you can send it to us.
Yeah.
It's nice. So
we can get corrected in real time.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, I mean, Biggie,
we won't listen to it, we'll just
Biggie will understand this because he's just listened to all the Scorched Sheep. Sometimes there were such gaps between the last time we played. We had no idea what happened last time.
It was that. Anyway. It was, we even forgot how to play because
how to talk,
we couldn't remember
in his character's voices.
To select on what screen, because it was like we've been
I think
that
at one
long.
point, Gadget's right. I think there was nearly 3 month period where we didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was.
Did anyone ever do that? Like, just practice their voice a little before podcasting?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I did. Even though mine went wild.
I do need to practice my voices down.
And again, I need to stress this for you patrons. We're still carrying on with the Modern Escapism, which will be starting in February. We're still going to be having all the Patreon bonus episodes. We're still like Stig and me and probably Gadget and mainly sometimes the other two if they can be asked. We'll be doing like other watch-alongs and stuff like that because we were planning Mission Impossible at some point this year as well. So that stuff's still going to happen.
We might do Last of Us Season 2 the same way we did last time.
Yeah.
It was like 3 episodes.
Because those things, they are the labour of love side to it. That is fun to do, and you don't mind it. And plus, Stig edits that as well. So it's still a load off Gadget's. Because remember, guys, Gadget edits 3-hour podcasts.
So we, with that stuff as well, like this, you might have picked up on a few times in last year. We're like, oh yeah, we'll do a spoiler cast on that, we'll do that. And we just never got around the time to do it because we couldn't find the time to do this, Scorched Sheep, the watch-along, the bonus episodes, which we all do, the bonus ones and the watch-alongs, we have to find some time in the week to get that watched and recorded and edited. And it's like, okay, well, what has to go, what can't we do? A spoiler special, which we'd like to do. Me and Gadget would have loved to have done a June Part 2 one specifically.
Yeah, you kept talking about it, didn't you, as well? Like, we need to talk about June.
Rings of Power Season 2, but so in the end, this is what we've decided to do, is that Modern Escapism will be every 2 weeks, and
And we do deliver quite a lot of content for what we charge as well. Compared,
they're still going to get weekly
other
content.
podcasts.
And again, off the gadgets side of things as well. If you've never listened to Scorched Sheep, this year is your time. It's a brand new campaign.
Oh, it's going to be
characters.
New characters. It's all fresh. You got just listen to. I don't know. 3 episodes, see if you like it.
Give it a go, because we have had feedback from people who couldn't give a crap about D&D, have never thought about listening to Play Along podcast before, but because they listened to Modern Escapism, they thought, I'll give this a go. I know those guys. And now, they're regular listeners and they really enjoy it. So we're
not super sweaty with it either.
Some of them have started playing their own version.
Yeah, exactly. We're not super nerdy and we don't have years and years of experience on that. So
gadget is.
But we play around with the rules a little bit, so it's not by the
content over rules.
Yeah. Rule of cool.
Rule of cool. Yeah.
So again, if you're a patron, if you're a regular listener, if you're a freeloader, sorry, please, if you have got feedback on our change, we will take any constructive criticism on board, and things are subject to change as well. This is just the change that we, as I'm going to say it, guys. Cover your arseholes. We, as creators, have decided this.
I'd fit
feel sick when you say that, don't you?
Next change, we're firing oodles for that last sentence he said.
Also, if you've got a couple of new friends in your life since you started listening to Modern Escapism or Scorched Sheep, let them know.
Congratulations
on the new friends. Send them our way. We want to be their friends too.
And if he's handsome, send him Gandhi's way.
Oh, please do.
So
and if he's filthy, send him
housekeeping. Yep, please.
Also,
if you don't like the changes, Alex Jones and Joe Rogan have got podcasts. Go and listen to them.
No.
We aren't saying that now we've got loads of free time. But if there is anything specific that you think, I'd love for you guys to do this at some point,
let us know.
And we'll see what we can do.
Because we will have a little bit more time.
Because we do want to do more spoiler stuff and little things, and it's just. Yeah,
but let us know if you
had
think
to give, and it was weekly episode.
If you think the change is going to be good or bad to you, we will take it all on board. We will collate it into a filing cabinet and ignore it. So, let's crack on with the show. It's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
And that's all we've got time for.
Oh. Goodbye.
Xbox Developer Direct 2025. There's a few things that were mentioned. So I'll just get straight into it. Doom, The Dark Ages. Probably no one's interested in that, are they?
No, never heard of it.
It looks incredible.
Hate Doom.
It looks so good.
It does, doesn't it?
Does look good, doesn't it?
I'm so excited.
It's my kind of Doom, this one. You're on the ground more.
Yeah, it's not.
You're a tank. You're not a fucking Apache helicopter.
Yeah, it's not as airborne as Doom Eternal was.
No.
It's. I think they actually specifically said Doom Eternal, you're a fighter jet. In this, you're a walking battle tank.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that.
There you go. Thing about it, their willingness to change. Doom Eternal could have easily just been a 2016
running gun style game.
Yeah, sequel. Run and gun, it could have just been that, but it didn't. They did something different, and then they've gone. Well, people really enjoyed that. Yeah, didn't hit as well as 2016, but some people really, really enjoyed that. We're not going to do that again. We're going to do this. It's completely different.
Yeah. But they've had, because it's set in the Dark Ages, medieval times. It's still sci-fi for a lot of it, but they've given you this massive, great big shield. There's parrying involved, and it's all.
There's a mech. There's a dragon.
Mech. Well, it's not just a mech. It's one of those Titan mechs from the beginning of Eternal.
Do you know what I love about Doom as well? Is it's so easy to pick up and just put down, and just whenever you want to play it for an hour. You're not going to forget the controls to Doom, are you? It's you shoot.
No, but I forgot the story to Doom Eternal.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about the story in Doom?
Don't worry, Oodles. After the Nine Souls video comes out, I'm working on a story retrospective for Eternal. I'll get you back up to speed.
Thank you.
Do a whole Doom one. I'd like it to be the whole Doom from Doom 1 all the way through.
From Phobos to now,
including the film.
Gadget, you've got more time now. You can do it. Fucking hell.
Fucking love that.
You can do an 8-hour video.
But yeah, you'll find out what the new Doom brings on May the 15th, 2025.
That's soon.
I'm really excited, and we got to see some of the new weapons for it as well. And like, I still think that gun where it feeds in the skulls and sends out the bone shots, fucking hysterical.
Cool. And they were showing like the version of the shotgun and the version of the machine guns, SMGs and stuff. And even though you know what they're replacing from the other games, they look very different, and how the enemies react to them is very different. So I think the refinement is going to be the biggest jump in this.
Yeah, the super shotgun still looks and sounds like a super shotgun should, though.
But it's how the enemies react to them now.
Oh yeah, but id Software know that if they change the super shotgun, people will riot.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time we had a pistol on Doom? Were it Doom 2016?
Doom 2016, you had it for all of about 2 minutes until you got the shotgun.
Yeah.
And then
forget that.
But the shotguns in Doom 2016 did make up for the terrible shotgun in Doom 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, speaking of Doom 3, quickly, I saw a mod on how to get that working in VR, and apparently that's the best way to play it, just because it works
it's
well as a scary
it is
horror
scary.
game.
It is scary.
So I'm going to
when you first see your first pinky on that game, you shit yourself.
Oh, when it's like headbutting the door and bending the metal.
Yeah, yeah, it's awful.
Because I think being able to hold the torch and go with the
I'd
controllers
take a remaster
VR
of that.
would work really well.
Yeah,
It was a remaster. It was the BFG edition.
Is it on PS4? Was it? It was, wasn't it? PS4. I think it was.
Through backwards compatibility. It was a PS3, Xbox 360 one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Still bottom of the list, though.
It is.
Yeah, but it's not a bad bottom of the list, is it?
No.
I don't like that people forget Doom 64. I fucking love Doom 64.
I never played it. I picked it up on the Switch when Doom Eternal came out. And it's genuinely one of the best Doom games.
Yeah, it's got the best level design I've ever fucking seen. So cool. Oh, yeah, definitely. But yeah, looking forward to that. Next
up is South of Midnight, and this gets an April 2025 release
This
date. And I watched
candy.
the trailer for this.
I am
Gadget.
so excited for this one.
I want an art book. We require an art book for this one because it looks gorgeous.
There is one. You can already pre-order it. Cook and Becker, I
Fantastic.
think it is. It looks incredible. I might have already pre-ordered it.
You might have.
Maybe, perhaps. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. Do you know what was really interesting was to see the way she does this? I think she calls it weaving. So she's casting a spell. Actually, like you're like weaving out of air. That looks interesting.
I like it. I like it when a magic system is integrated into like a film or a game where there is like a physical way of interacting with the magic. It's not just like hurl your fingers and hurl a fireball. It's like they've got to do something to summon the spell.
Yeah. Did you notice as well they kind of showed snippets of the intro of the game, the exposition, and that didn't seem to be in stop motion. It only seemed to go into stop motion once this event had occurred.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's like an Alice in Wonderland through the rabbit hole?
I think it could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be a little like what they did for Spider-Verse, where when like Miles was at a lower frame rate when he was unsure of things, or
different realms and stuff like that.
Maybe as you go through the game, her frame rate gets closer to the game rate.
Yeah, could be. Who knows? It looks good though. Any more, Biggie? I think there were a few more games on that, weren't there?
There's a couple more. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is a very random name.
If ever a game was designed for someone, that was designed for me.
Yeah.
It looks so good, doesn't it? I know we've got nothing to compare it to because I think it's a brand new studio, isn't it?
Persona.
They haven't done anything else.
It's like French Persona.
Yeah.
It's like it's like Persona.
The battle system's
Fantasy.
like... Yeah, and it's got a bit of Lost Odyssey in it with the contextual turn-based. Oh, I can't wait.
But the production values on it are unreal. I'm really excited.
I hope it doesn't come out and it says more form over function. I hope it comes out with like a 9 out of 10. Oh god, it looks so fucking good. The voice acting sounded amazing, and there's a bit of a like it's got a bit of like a Lost Crystal Labyrinth style creepiness to it. Like, there's a character that's just like a faceless drunk, and he's like a monkey thing, isn't it?
And the painter as well. She comes like this deity comes along and paints a new number on this tower every I think it was every year or something. But
and everything changes.
Yeah, it looks so cool. Like visually.
Have you seen what because it's been IGN did a little thing on it. Do you know how long that game's supposed to be?
Oh no.
30 hours. Perfect.
That's fine.
Fantastic. Good. Wonderful.
I
can
thought
stay
it was going to be like
alive
100 hours.
No.
No, that puts it in like Final Fantasy 12 levels of length.
30 hours is bang perfect.
20,
Is 12 not a long game then?
12's really long. Yeah, Claire Obscure looks mint. Next.
Ninja Gaiden 4. It's going to
gonna be
release in fall 2025.
It's a nice surprise.
And Shadow dropped randomly with the announcement Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is available on
Now.
Xbox
Game Pass.
and PlayStation.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Everything is coming to Game Pass, baby.
Everything on that little thing we watched was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Game Pass day one.
It's on it, but all those games are still coming elsewhere as well. That's
I know,
But
but
it
if you factor
gotta
in how much
pay.
it would cost you for Game Pass, for the
Yeah, you've
year,
got to
It would
pay.
pay for all 4 of those games.
Oh yeah.
I think South of Midnight's Xbox only. I think.
I don't know.
Uh,
I think I'm pretty sure they're all coming.
I know Doom
PlayStation.
and Claire Obscure are both going to PlayStation.
And Ninja Gaiden are. Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden 2 is now on the PSN store.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's in
I think
Unreal
it's
5.
30,
isn't it,
34
being
quid.
Remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
is it-
You
sorry,
guys
John,
fan of
completely
the Gaiden stuff or not?
Yes,
forgot to
I am a
get
fan.
it in the Fantasy Critic. Gadget nabbed it, and I forgot to bid for it.
Well, Doom Dark Ages.
No, the Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Big fan of Ninja Gaiden. Like I said to Gadget before, it was the original Dark Souls before Dark Souls, just for difficulty.
Do you know
it
what?
doesn't play the
I
same.
made it even more difficult for me when I was a kid. Because we
Why?
had a Japanese version, so I couldn't even, I couldn't even read the menus or anything.
Wow.
We had a
you know what?
chipped
Our-
NES.
our-
We had, it was Japanese.
Fucking hell. Jeez. I was watching that with my son because he's an Xboxer now. I went, look at this. This is what you got to look forward to. And he says, Ninja Gaiden. And he goes, why do I recognise him? And then I remember that me and him have been playing Virtua Fighter and Ryu Hayabashi's in that, isn't he? I remember. And they were like, how do you know him? And then I went, fuck, Virtua Fighter 4. He's in that. He's in that. I just completely blanked.
So it's not Ninja
Great
Gaiden
game.
from Fortnite.
No, I don't think Ryu Hayabashi's in that.
Yet.
Might be.
No, that's the meme, innit? Like, all the kids now go, oh, is that so-and-so from Fortnite?
Fortnite, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Peter Griffin from Fortnite?
Yeah, is that Freddy Krueger from Fortnite? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Following on from the announcements from the Switch 2 reveal as well, Phil Spencer says that Microsoft is really looking forward to supporting Nintendo with
Yep.
Xbox games.
It's going to have Game Pass, that.
Yeah,
I think
everything
so,
says
yeah.
Xbox.
I think there's going to be an advert very, very soon, probably the end of this year, with a Nintendo Switch saying, this is an Xbox.
Imagine.
That'd be cool. I'd be buzzing. I will not need to buy myself an
And
Xbox.
quite possibly,
It works on the
weirdly, a
Ally.
PS5 would do that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works
It
very
works on the
well on
Ally?
the Ally. It works very well
Does
on
it?
the Ally. It works on a MetaQuest VR headset. Like,
It
it works on Fire Sticks.
It's a little fiddly to get going on Steam Deck, but once you've got it going, it's great as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. I have no complaints from me. Like I said, the last few Game Pass games I've played on my phone.
Yeah, like, you're not
the
gonna get,
optimum
like,
way.
you're not going to get the full, like,
No.
best version of it, but to just pick up a
there.
Switch and log into Game Pass,
Yeah.
fucking great.
And
So if
plus,
they get-
it'll have saves. It'll have cloud saving as well, won't it?
Yeah.
Yes, because all the stuff on Xbox on Game Pass is Play Anywhere.
Yes.
So
that's it.
so like I was doing like a bit of Stalker on my Xbox and then coming up and playing it on the PC and stuff like that. And just
We will not see another Xbox console ever again. I can promise you now.
Well, saying
think we'll
that,
see one
he's
more.
actually said, yeah,
One
that
more?
they're not out the hardware game yet.
But they're
you know
still
what?
looking at maybe
They should be
handhelds as
absolutely
well.
clever and stick ones up at PlayStation and go, it's called the Xbox 6, bitch.
They'd take that as a win, wouldn't they, with the advert? Because you're saying about this is an Xbox. They could have the picture of the PlayStation say this is an Xbox. And that's a win for them.
There's no Microsoft are not scared, and they will fucking. They're brutal when they want
Does
to
it
be.
not work through the PlayStation
doesn't have a web
browser?
browser.
Then?
Doesn't have a web browser anymore.
Oh, it doesn't have a web
No.
browser. I thought it did.
Forward
No, it can. Some games send you to like a web page, but you can't get anywhere off it, can you?
No, you don't have an address bar.
Yeah.
don't
See,
have address
recently I played Xbox on a MetaQuest 3.
Using a browser.
Using a PS5 controller.
Fuck you. You're like that. Yeah.
It's like I've got a spare PS5 controller. I was like, I'll just link
awesome.
it to my headset and leave it at that. That's my headset controller now.
Ooh, someone's earning. I've got a spare PS5
It came
controller.
with the PS5.
Fucking 70 quid.
It came with it. It came with 2 controllers.
Mine did. I'm just being a dick. Cool. Any more from the Xbox?
And it has no games.
Unless I've missed anything
No,
overly important. No.
No, it was only 4 games.
Yep. It was good, though. It was a good little digest.
All those games are out before the next one, which is in June.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's for Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, so that's great. Like, you've got all those games to play between now and June, and then the
No,
next
there's
load of
too
stuff's-
many games.
There's too many. I've got
There is
such a
too many
busy first
games.
quarter.
Avowed as well.
Yeah.
Mate, those 4 games could be beat in 2 weeks. Come on, grow up.
I know, I need to. I still haven't started Silent Hill 2.
Grow up!
I'm busy playing indie.
Jesus. Yeah, it came out 5 years ago, that game. Fuck it.
I'm using up all the side stuff.
Next.
Disco Elysium's spiritual successor, Hopetown, plans to redefine psychological RPG genre.
From which developer, though?
This is
This is
the good one.
independent studio
good one.
Londu.
The good one.
Londu.
They've always had
Which
lovely,
comprises
easy to
of-
pronounce names, those fuckers, haven't
Yep. Former staff from Disco Elysium, as well as industry veterans with credits on Cult of the Lamb and the Witcher universe.
they? Okay. That doesn't upset me.
Yeah, it says it will redefine the psychological RPG genre with groundbreaking mechanics and a world shaped by your words.
It's the description of the game setting which got me. It's what reveals that this is the spiritual sequel to Disco. Set in a mining town caught between decay and transformation, shaped by ambition, exploitation, and the fragile systems that bind society together, you step into the role of a rogue journalist, a chaotic, self-destructive provocateur who sees humanity as inherently selfish and cruel.
Do you reckon it's just this is the idea we had for Disco Elysium 2, but we can't use Harry and Kim?
Can't use Harry and Kim, it can't be set in Revachol, we'll just give it a new world and new character names.
Yeah. Oh, look, British Sea Power are doing the music for it again.
If it was a spiritual successor, though, they're fucked up with the name. They should have called it like Rave Limbo, which is the opposite of like Disco Elysium. That's what I'd have done. That's what I'd have called
Rave
it.
Limbo.
Yeah, that's what I'd have done. Never mind.
I'm looking
They're not
forward
as
to
smart
it.
as me, are they?
Disappointed we won't get those characters again, but also
You never see them ever
maybe
again.
a one and done sometimes is for the better.
It's still the perfect game.
Yeah. No questions. Next.
Game you might have heard of, Balatro, breaks 5 million sales.
I thought you were going to say hours by Oodles. I literally
out.
play that game every day.
But they put a post on the
Addiction.
X to say the last few weeks have been pretty wild. To everyone who picked up Balatro after seeing it at the Game Awards, we hope you'll have an amazing time with it. If this is your first time picking up an indie title, try to make it a habit. There's some amazing stuff out there.
Not as good as that, though.
So
Sell themselves short.
that's
I genuinely think it's best indie game I've ever played.
So just doing the quick maths on that means Local Thunk, the one-man developer team behind this game, has grossed, so it's before like Steam and like other people take the
Ads.
cut, has grossed $75 million.
Do you think he's all right then? Do you think he's
I think he's doing okay.
And he's notoriously shy, isn't he, as well? So
Yeah, like he didn't go to the Game Awards. It was up for 3
you'll
awards.
never see him pop up in Time magazine or like that.
It was up for 5 awards. It won 3 of them, and it was always the publishers, the people from Playwright, whatever their publisher's called. They were the ones that took the awards in his hand because he doesn't want to be a celebrity. He never posts his own photo. He just talks about the game. He's just a fucking
That's my
nerd.
favourite
He
type
sounds
of
like a
millionaire.
Joker, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Get him off.
You're fired.
Get him off.
Again.
It's going to be Stig's breaking news from now on.
Stig's
Sensational news.
sensational news. That's it. Yeah, thank you, Stig. Next.
He's still sticking with that.
Yeah, because it's a thing.
Team Cherry breaks Hollow Knight Silksong radio silence and says something along the lines of, yeah, we're still doing it.
Good to know. We discussed this last week.
They heard Gadget say that Gadget were going to get a plane ticket down to Australia. They thought, shit, Big Dog's coming.
I maintain I will start punching. I will punch everyone in Australia until I find them.
It's coming out
We
this
don't
year.
want Gadget stomping around.
It's been 6 years. It's coming out this year. Have faith.
The end of Fire and Ice will be out before that.
Which one? End of what?
That comes out.
It's a race between which one comes.
End of what?
Song of Fire and Ice.
What did you say? The end of what?
A Song of Ice
Fire
and
and
Fire.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm going to say it's not Fire and Ice, is it? Is it?
Ice and Fire.
Ice and Fire. Mm-hmm. Cool. Next.
It's been a very bullying news. Celeste Team's next game, Earthblade, has been cancelled.
This is gutting.
Yeah, devastated about this.
What is it? Sorry, say that again. What game?
Earthblade.
No, fuck off. Read it yourself.
Earthblade. It was the.
I don't know where it is.
The next.
Listen to the pod. It comes out on Thursdays.
No, never.
It was the developers who made Celeste. They were making a Metroidvania called Earthblade.
Oh, fuck, were they?
Yeah, it looked gorgeous as well.
I had it down in my critic thing last year because it said they were going to
How can you tell me that something that,
release last
that
year and then they
amazing
cancelled it?
was going to come out and cancelled within the same fucking sentence? That's not fair on me.
It was.
Not fair.
I think it's because one of their lead programmers left the company.
Oh, I love Celeste so much.
I think that might be another studio that just does a one perfect game and collapses in on itself.
Have you played it,
Sounds like
Candy
it.
Celeste?
No.
Oh, mate.
I have been
really
recommended
good.
it before as well.
It stars
really
you, mate.
good.
She's got your hair.
Even
When
like
am I going to do
She's
it?
got your she's got your meant to be mentality as well.
despite the fact that you will
Women's
die
table.
a lot, the quick restart on it just makes it so like
Oh, it's so instant.
it just doesn't care, like you don't care.
No.
But the feeling of
I think
like,
I finished that
completing
game with
a
over like
section-
10,000 deaths.
I did really well. I was really happy with mine.
Yeah, I remember when you beat it, you were way under my deaths. We had a
Yeah.
big discussion about it. We're like, fuck, stick shit games and
And
all.
I did it on the Switch as well, so I did it on the on Switch
Yeah.
controllers, which is even more
Yeah.
impressive.
Wow.
I really need to pick it up again on PC and play it through on PC.
It's so good.
Look, I finished it on
Great
Switch.
story to it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
cried.
beautiful little story.
But now they're not doing another game. Sad noise.
I mean, the news article went on about the two main guys, I think, having a bit of a fallout. Is that right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a.
So I think that was a bit of a dispute.
Next.
He needs you to say it, otherwise he'll just sit there in
Just
silence.
can't do it, can it?
I can. I just like things done properly and efficiently and professionally.
Fucking HR.
Team 17 have rebranded. Yes.
Team
They
18.
will now be
They're
called-
adults now.
They're now going to be called Everplay Group PLC.
That sucks. I like Team 17.
In Everplay, what it used to be. I'm sure Everplay was a thing.
No, they've always been Team 17
Yeah, since like Worms 1 on that, wasn't
since
it? Lemmings.
since like the early 90s when they formed. But like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things like there's like an ever presence to Team 17 in my gaming career. You know, like they've always been there.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm thinking of Evercade, not Everplay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Evercade's
that's a different thing, isn't it?
but also like Everplay Group PLC is just such a corporate name.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you change from Team 17 to that?
We're now called Everplay, and you'll be pleased to know we've got no DEI in our studio.
I'll tell you why, because their vision is to be the best place in the world to make and play games, anytime, anywhere. They're the place for players and creators with over 30 years of experience, creating pioneering and captivating experiences that enrich and inspire places around the world.
God, I hate press releases.
That makes me feel a bit sick.
It's so corporate.
I can hear the chinos in that fucking message.
Flap, flap.
There's a guy.
I can see the iPhone Pro Maxes coming out of their chinos. Fuck off.
the blue blazers on as they're walking around congratulating each other for
Blue Blazers, brown chinos.
Yeah.
Yummy.
congratulate each other for a fantastic rebranding.
Stig, you just missed chino chat.
Oh,
Oh,
for a
next.
second, I missed Chino chat.
Okay, so we're going to move over to the world of film and TV. I was going to go through the Oscars list, but general speaking, when I had a little flick through, it's pretty much the same as the BAFTAs, bar the odd one here or there. But I think Stiggy might have something to bring up about that.
Yeah, the first thing is stop fucking ignoring Denis Villeneuve. Yeah?
Yep.
Like, because regardless of what you think of that film, whether you love it or you don't, you cannot say he didn't direct the fuck out of that film. It is amazingly directed. And if this is them going, well, we know he's planning on doing a third part for it, so we're going to, we will nominate him for collective. No, it should be nominated based on the film. Because what happens if Messiah's shit? Then they can't.
Messiah as a book is not very good.
The book is not very good. I have faith in him being able to adapt it to make it good, but what happens if that film's shit and they go, oh, well, we've missed the boat there? That man's only been nominated once.
What for? Arrival?
Think about all the great films that he's put out, and he's been nominated once. He's literally, in my opinion, the greatest director of our generation, and they're just ignoring him.
I don't know. That's a strong statement.
I know. I'd agree with them. Like, how can you not get a Best Director nod for Sicario?
What's the last bad film he's done?
He hasn't done a bad film.
Well, there you go.
No, I don't think.
But I don't think.
Day of April on Earth is pretty poor.
Yeah, when?
But
when was that,
I don't
15
think.
years ago?
I don't
20
think,
years ago,
guys. Yeah. I don't think Christopher Nolan's done a bad film, and he's probably the best director we've got.
I think that
he's a safer choice than Villeneuve. I'll give you that.
Well, Dark Knight was shit.
Fuck off.
Since Prisoners, his output is much better than Nolan's in terms of.
You reckon?
Consistently
Dark Knight
high.
Rises is not great. It's fine, but it's not great.
I think Chris Nolan is excellent. He has reached a level.
No, yeah, I think he's great.
Whereas Villeneuve is constantly rising. Like he keeps getting.
What about
better.
Robert Eggers?
Old Bobby Egg.
Oh, Bobby Egg.
But I've seen some of the films. I've seen some of the films that have been nominated for Best Director, and I'm watching that going, I don't get how that is how that's better than June. What he's done with making that, how he's directed that book into that film. Personally.
Do you think it's just recency bias?
Yes. That's one of them.
Well, yeah,
absolutely. They've got no memory, these fuckers.
And it's all about lobbying and whatnot. Like, it also doesn't make any sense how Hans Zimmer wasn't allowed to put his score in because it said it used stuff from Dune
Too
Part
similar
1.
to the first one.
When you're looking at thinking, well, Howard Shaw won for The Lord of the Rings, and I'm pretty sure that The Return of the King uses a lot of
the themes from the first film.
Yeah, themes from the other
John
films.
Williams, Star Wars, no new themes.
Yeah, so it's just...
So, yeah, look, on
didn't
the best...
pay him enough money, did they?
It's absolutely recency bias, because like the 5 films nominated on the Best Director, Emilia Perez, Anora, Brutalist, Substance, and Complete Unknown, have all came out in the last 4 months.
I don't know why Emilia Perez is in any of it. Honest to God, I see clips of that and it makes me sick.
But it also annoys me, I'm just looking through the list again, that they've put Zoe Saldana into Best Supporting Actress when she is the lead of that film.
She's the lead, yeah.
And it's purely because she stands a better chance winning as supporting actress than she did if she was in Best Actress.
Carla Sofia Gascon, she's not the lead actress in Emilia Perez.
No. She's the title character, but she's not the main character.
They're saying it's Zoe Saldana's... It's her vehicle. It's her thing.
Yeah, it's her film.
Right.
It's her film.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing The Brutalist. That seems to have picked up a lot of nods.
Yeah.
I really like how Adrian Brody's just done years of shit and then just come back with what is apparently an absolute banger. Conclave getting lots of nods. I'm into that because that's great.
Is that streaming yet?
No, it's still at the cinema. It's not even out in this country yet.
Yeah, Conclave is.
Is Conclave out in this country?
It's out at the cinema, yeah.
Stig went to see it.
It's doing really well because it's when it comes up with awards, they come back around. Like Kate said, that it's really it's outperforming a lot of other films because of the awards chat around it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few things missing from there. There's a few. There always is. You're never gonna please everyone. But the recency bias thing does piss me off, personally, because they just seem to ignore.
And he'll still tune in.
I don't tune in. I look at the results afterwards and then moan about how wrong they got it. Sometimes they get it right.
You sound like my stepdad with cricket. He's never watched a game in his life, but he's always moaning when he sees scores.
I'll tell you something you might like, though. It's the announcements for the Razzies.
Ooh.
Oh, go on.
Oh, this is the important award show.
It's not.
Absolutely.
The biggies is more important.
Well, thank God for the biggies, because we can put things right that the Academy got wrong. That's all I'm saying.
The Unsung Hero Award goes to Denis Villeneuve.
So, worst picture. We have Borderlands, Joker, Folie à Deux, Madame Web, Megalopolis, and Reagan. What's Reagan?
That's a Ronald Reagan biopic.
Reagan
Oh, wow. Who played him?
Dennis Quaid.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I will not stand for this Megalopolis slander. I will not stand by.
I started seeing that. Oh, my God.
Reagan came out, like, last summer, and it was supposed to be, like a conservative biopic thing, and it's supposed to make Reagan look like a hero rather than a dementia adult lunatic that he was. And yeah, Dennis Quaid is terrible as him. It's worth looking at.
I remember Reagan's spitting image puppet where his brain kept flopping out of his head.
That was more accurate than what Dennis Quaid did.
I don't think I've ever said, oh, do you know what? I love Dennis Quaid in that.
No.
I don't think I've ever said that.
The problem with Dennis Quaid is he kind of fades into the background of everything else, because Randy Quaid is more insane.
Yeah. Doug.
But he keeps making just these ridiculous, like, if you Google Dennis Quaid, the films that come up for him: The Substance, The Parent Trap, The Day After
good
Tomorrow,
in The Substance.
Reagan, and A Dog's
shit.
Purpose.
Oh, he's good in The Substance. He is good in The Substance. You're right.
I'm not saying he's a bad actor, but
when he's eating
shit
them
films.
fucking crabs or whatever.
He makes some really shit. He was in Jaws 3D of all things.
Don't forget 2012. Was it 2012 he was in?
Day After
Day
Tomorrow.
After Tomorrow.
He played
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
He played the heroic dad going over the wasteful tundras of New York State to get to his son.
Yeah, that's it.
He's just decided.
Worst actors?
He's just average, isn't he? Like, and you just
Bang
think,
average.
why aren't I just an average actor? Why couldn't I just be an average actor who's made a career and earned millions off being average? I could do that.
Well, he's joined a good list because he's up for worst actor with Jack Black in Dear Santa, Zachary Levi in
Santa.
Howard and the Purple Crayon, Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker, Dennis Quaid for Reagan, and Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted.
I've heard Unfrosted fucking terrible as well.
I think that's unfair on Joaquin Phoenix because I don't like that film, but I don't think his performance is bad.
I think the Razzies do tend to just kind of pull everything together.
Yeah, I think they do. Like,
Well, they do, because for worst actress, Lady Gaga
again,
for The Joker.
Yeah. The film is poor, but the performances weren't the poor thing about it.
It's absolutely a two-horse race between Dakota Johnson and Madam Web and Jennifer Lopez and Atlas.
Even Kate Blanchett's in for Borderlands. She was all right in the movie, but...
You loved it. We all filmed it here, weren't it? Biggie? I love Claptrap so much.
But I did like Jack Black. I did like Jack Black in Borderlands, and he's up for supporting actor.
Do you know what? I'm sorry,
compatriot
Candy.
Kevin
I'm
Hart.
getting Jack Black fatigue.
I think I am. And that's something I never thought I'd say.
I was going to say his husband.
Yeah.
I'm just
Wait till
I'm just
Minecraft.
done with him. I don't know why, because he's done nothing wrong.
Just give us
But
Jablonski games and then
he's-
don't make a few
he's
films
now-
for a while.
He's now in the category for me like your Kevin Hart's and stuff. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
He's in everything.
I am
isn't he?
not
Like, he's in that
arsed.
Minecraft
Yeah.
film. I'm Steve. Great. Cool.
Minecraft. Yeah.
I also, like, after he threw Kyle Gass under the bus, I was a bit like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you
And
on
I
that
always
one.
loved Kyle. I always loved Kyle.
Where
I don't
stands
think,
for
don't get
Kyle
me
on
wrong.
this pod.
I don't think Jack Black's a bad person. I'm not saying that. He's not a baddie. I'm just a little bit done. Like, I used to love Dwayne Johnson being in things, and I'm like,
Oh, sick of him.
you would be shocked at the amount of rock films I've seen. When I did a list on Letterboxd, it's like, fuck me, how have I watched this many films with The Rock in? But yeah,
did you watch that the rundown or whatever it's called?
No, I didn't watch that one.
The Hoedown.
The rundown.
Rundown.
Oh no, it was
It
called
beats
something
people
else,
up with a
isn't it?
2x4 all the way through it.
Is that the one that's got Johnny Knoxville in?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually probably one of his best films.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And then there's that Welcome
right.
to the Jungle one as well, isn't there, with Stifler.
Yeah.
That was that wasn't too bad. Welcome to the Jungle.
And Gadget, there was Doom.
Honestly,
Do
Doom
not
is
talk shit about Doom.
Doom is better than it has any right to be. It's shit, but it's amazing.
Don't forget, Carl Urban's character in that was called Reaper.
Yeah.
Should have been called Doom Guy.
Doom guy.
Like
Yeah.
his first name's
We all know.
Do, and his last name's Mgai. Doom Mgai.
Umgai. What is he, West African? Umgai.
Doom
There
Mgai.
he is.
So,
Doing that guy.
not to keep harping on and bringing it back to Reagan, but I went on the Wikipedia page. So I want to see who's in it because I'm trying to
You're
think.
a fan of Reagan, me, personally.
No. But I kind of need to see this film because of like just the cast. So you got Dennis Quaid as Ronald Reagan, John Voight as Victor Petrovich.
He's a baddie.
Who, might I point out, that as supporting actor in this list as well, he's up for 4 nominations for
Good, 'cause he's a
Megalopolis,
twat.
Reagan, Shadowland, and Strangers.
Mina Savari plays the actress Jane
She's
Wyman.
still alive.
Apparently.
The fuck's she been?
Kevin Dillon, who is most notable for being Johnny Chase in Entourage, plays Jack Warner, film executive of the Warner Brothers. But when you scroll down, and like it's like a load of names that you don't recognize, but then you get to Kevin Sorbo as Reverend Ben Cleaver,
Hercules.
But it was this one that made me say I have to see this. Playing role of a lifetime as Frank Sinatra,
No.
Scott Stapp from Creed.
Hold me now.
He can take us higher.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to see this because it sounds.
I did it my way. Yeah.
No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
Yeah.
Oh, Dean Martin, that one. Yeah, fuck's sake.
Close enough.
It worked. It's swinging.
Yeah.
It's swing.
It's a margarita. Supporting actress,
Fucking hell.
Ariana DeBose, as in Argyle and Craven the Hunter. Leslie Ann Down as Margaret Thatcher for Reagan.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Emma Roberts, Madame Web. Amy Schumer, Unfrosted. And FKA Twigs for The Crow.
Now, The Crow.
Did that
how is
come
that not
out?
up for- Yeah, The Crow should be up for more, surely.
When did that come out?
Oh, it came
Came
out.
out. It came
Skarsgård, innit?
came out around Halloween and yeah.
They're all talking about his Orlok now instead, though, aren't they? He's overshadowed it.
The crowd went mild for The Crow.
Bounce on it.
Crazy style.
So the directors, very quickly, S.J. Clarkson for Madame Web, Francis Ford Coppola for Megalopolis, Todd Phillips for Joker, Eli Roth for Borderlands, or Eli Roth.
Eli.
sorry. Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted.
Oh, God, he
And then the
directed
next
that.
bit, I like the way this is worded. Screen combo. Any 2 obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black, Borderlands. Any 2 unfunny comedic actors, Unfrosted. The entire cast of Megalopolis. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga for Joker. And Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller as Ronnie and Nancy Reagan.
I'm not
Just
standing
say
for
no.
it. I'm not standing for this Megalopolis slander.
Well, it's up for screenplay as well.
Yeah, move on.
Prequel, remake, rip-off, or sequel, Stig, it's going to be difficult for you, this one, because it's between The Crow, Joker, Craven, Mufasa, or Rebel Moon Part 2. Some shite in there.
Stig loves Rebel Moon Part 2. I've seen him in the Rebel Moon subreddit. He's always like, oh my fucking God, I love Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just before we move on,
I've seen all his films.
Just before we move on, 31 films I've seen with The Rock in.
31.
31
As if he's
films.
been in that many.
He's been in more. I haven't seen them all.
Have you seen that tower one where he's got one leg?
Yeah, the one where he held 2
That's absolutely
skyscrapers
nothing.
together.
Skyscraper.
That was cinematic.
Why has he got
joy.
one leg in it? What's
Shite.
that about?
It's just
no
so when he
apparent
does that
reason.
running jump, it can be like, oh, look at it.
Look at that. Oh,
Walking
accessibility
Tall
to the
is the one I
film.
was thinking of with Johnny Knoxville. That's decent.
Yeah, Walking Tall's decent.
Tall.
What's not decent is San Andreas. That one's terrible. The
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
I watched that on a plane.
Man saves the world from earthquakes.
Yeah, I watched that on a plane.
Anyway,
It's the one where Yellowstone
Next.
erupts, isn't it?
next.
Biggie, before,
Well,
you go, before you continue, edit the news if there's no good in it.
Yeah.
We've gone too long.
Okay.
No good. It's all good.
It's not.
You'll be unsurprised that Netflix prices are going up again.
Next.
Enjoy.
Boo.
Next.
Avatar 3 runtime revealed by James Cameron, same as the last one.
7 hours.
Sonic the Hedgehog 4 unveils release date.
What?
Yeah.
That one's only just come out.
March 19th, 2027. Enjoy.
It'll be my birthday week.
Next.
These Sonic
Some bloke
films are
called
good.
Robert Eggers.
They're just fine, but fun. Got a lot of time for them.
That's all you want, really, isn't it, for an animated hedgehog?
Robert Eggers will follow Nosferatu with a werewolf movie set in the 13th century.
Werewolf.
Well, weirdly,
He spelt it the German name, hasn't it?
weirdly,
Yeah,
he's,
a werewolf.
so
Werewolf.
apparently he'll follow that, but then news came out since he's doing a
Yes.
sequel to Labyrinth. So I don't know which one's coming first.
You can't do a sequel to Labyrinth without David Bowie.
Nope, I'm not having it. I'm not
Well, they were
Tom
talking
Cruise.
about Lady Gaga, weren't they? But
For fuck's
yeah,
I
The
like
only
Lady Gaga, but she's not a David Bowie.
The only
She'd be
thing
like,
that I
dance,
think
magic
they need to
dance.
do is I will have let's have a returning Jennifer Connelly as she is now, and her daughter is played by Margaret Qualley. That's just give me that,
Yeah, it's got to be done.
and she's the lead. Margaret Qualley's the lead, and I don't know.
And
Let's
she turns
just
into
have
the big monstrous thing at the end and blows up.
yeah, no, not that. Let's maybe not just have a Goblin King. Maybe someone else. Maybe there's a different king or queen in the Kingdom.
Or maybe have through some convoluted fantasy means Jennifer Connelly. What's her name? How do you say her name?
Connolly.
Jennifer
Connolly, not colony.
Yeah, that's the problem. I
Connolly.
always struggle with it. What if she becomes the Goblin King?
Yeah,
Through
What
some
if I
fantasy magic
become-
bullshit.
What if I become the sex goblin king?
you already are.
Thank you, guys.
He just wanted.
He just wanted
confirmation,
confirmation.
didn't he? He just needed validation.
Needed
yeah.
that.
Although someone did
See you later,
on
everybody.
Romux, someone posted like what the puppets now look like, and they look
Yeah.
absolutely
Oh, God,
rotted away.
that's
They're an absolute
horrifying.
nightmare fuel. So I was
Use
like, yeah,
them.
Bring
Use
them
them.
back, please. If it's Robert Eggers, please bring them back like that.
They're like the Goblin King's been dead for decades. We're all dying too.
Yeah,
See-
there you go. Perfect.
Seeing those pictures gave me an idea for a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Set in Jim Henson's archive.
In his workshop.
Yeah.
That scene in Labyrinth, with David Bowie doing the juggling with those magic balls things.
Yeah.
That was actually a guy behind him with his arm in front of
Yes.
David Bowie, having to do it blind, and he couldn't see it, and they had to do a million outtakes because he kept dropping them.
Oh, illusion.
I
I weren't looking at his
juggling.
juggling. I was looking at his fucking dick in his tights.
I thought
Everyone
it was
was. You couldn't
Bowie
help
in.
it.
I thought it was just Bowie being incredible as usual.
No, he
Ruined
couldn't.
it for me.
He did
Couldn't fucking juggle.
He did try and do it, but he couldn't get it as smooth.
So he actually became a living Muppet for a second. I'd love to be a Muppet.
You are
Even
a
now, if you brought him back.
Shut up.
I'll stick my hand up you and make you talk.
Please, Daddy.
Very quickly, this is one that might interest you. Barbarian director Zach Cregger is set to make the new Resident Evil reboot movie.
Stop trying to make Resident Evil films.
Leave it alone.
They tried with Welcome to Raccoon City and failed miserably.
Do you know what? Do you know what they're doing, Gadget?
I kind of
It's-
loved it. I can't. No. It's not Welcome to Raccoon City. That's the one where they tried to do like a remake, isn't it?
Of
Yeah.
1 and 2 in one
It's
film.
the Netflix TV show.
Yeah,
with,
I enjoyed that.
with
Lance
the,
Henriksen. Not Lance Henriksen.
Do you know? Do you know what they're
Riddick.
doing,
Riddick,
Gadget?
that's it.
Do you know what they're doing, mate? This is total global saturation of that franchise. This is what it is.
So the thing is, the 6 Paul W.S. Anderson
Shite.
Resident Evil films,
Films is a strong word.
they are 4 of them are entertaining bollocks.
Oh yeah,
2 of them are active crimes against humanity.
the last one didn't know what to do with the continuity of the one before it.
It's
either.
all over the place. It ends. One of them ends.
The
with,
world
like,
ended, and then it was back.
One ends with like a cliffhanger, which I think includes Jill, And then
Wesker became the fucking president.
Then the next film just starts like with, I think, Alice in an underground facility, and you're like, what? How the fuck are we here?
That was that was Afterlife into Retribution.
Oh, it didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you remember at the end, and Wesker's like, finally, I am the president of the United States of America.
4 out of the 6 of them are entertaining bollocks, have such little to do with the games, but I actually don't mind that because they told a story. Convincingly or unconvincingly.
Well, this planned movie is apparently going to take it back to its horror roots.
What horror roots? The games are scary. The games are actually
not scary
as well.
There is a way to just do a cool like zombie horror film, monster film in a mansion. Like, but for whatever reason, the people who keep making these Resident Evil films,
don't want to do it.
They don't want to do that. They just want to go off and do their own thing. I was like, you can make a really scary film.
The thing is, you need to remember, guys, Resident
location.
Evil is based on the film Sweet Home, the Japanese horror mansion game / film as well / book. So they've got it there. Literally, they could just remake Sweet Home and put Resident Evil on it. We've got a film. We've got it.
Could they not like make a new version of like the Parasite Eve film? Like make it good.
Have you seen the original version?
Well up for that.
It's fucked.
But like if they make it like adapt it along lines the way the game was adapted, or a Dino Crisis film, because Jurassic Park's never.
You need
going
to
be
stop
good again.
sucking Dino Crisis' dick,
like,
you
they're
guys.
not going to give us a game. They're not going to give us a film.
Look, I'm telling you right now, Dino Crisis is not as good as you remember.
Jurassic World Rebirth's coming out this year. It'd be great.
It's not going to be good. I've been listening to the Patreon pod. I heard your conversation on it. It's not going to be good.
It is. It is.
No,
The end of the world last time.
It is if they use my idea.
You're all going to be wrong.
Next.
Finally, a new Star Wars movie gets a major Ryan Gosling casting
This is
update. He's
interesting.
in talks, apparently, to be in a Star Wars movie.
I bet he's a Skywalker. He's blonde, isn't he?
No, this is a
Apparently, it's
separate,
unconnected.
not connected to Skywalker.
I don't
whatsoever.
believe them.
It's more interesting because they don't usually cast A-listers in or big stars in Star Wars. The Star Wars cast become
Famous.
like, famous, but they never really go for a big actor to start with.
They had Mads in
Samuel
Rogue
L.
One.
Jackson.
He wasn't huge though, was he? When Rogue One.
No.
came out?
They're not big parts, though, are they?
I reckon
But
there's
he
a lot
was-
of people
he was-
that
he was
if you
still-
ask
he was
someone
still
who's
on the
Ryan
poster,
Gosling
though. He was
is,
still
not
advertised on
him
the
more
poster.
than Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, but Alec Guinness is the same.
Alice
he was
Guinness
in
was a huge
Star
star
Wars,
at the time.
but he was only in the movie for X amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, but these days, I mean, they tend to cast a lot of like everyone in the Disney, like from Force Awakens. None of them were big.
I'd never seen John Boyega before that. I know he were in films, but I'd never seen him.
I'd seen him in Attack the Block, but yeah, it was.
I'd never seen that at that point, so I'd never heard. I didn't even know he were English
Yeah, he
until
wasn't a
his
household
interviews. I was like, what?
Same with Daisy
Yeah,
Ridley, because Daisy, like, the only thing, and I only
She'd been in things.
she'd been in things, but the only thing I saw, like, I ended up watching afterwards that reminded me that she was in it. She had like a walk-on part in Toast of London. That's the level she was at.
Yes, I hear you, Clem Fandango.
This
Next.
This is the next film. So we've got Mandalorian Grogu, and then this is going to be the next film. And who's directing it? Isn't it
I'm
directed
over
by
it.
someone like
George Lucas.
quite famous as well?
Oh, I can't remember.
Taika
Martin,
Waititi, innit?
No. He's doing some.
Quentin Tarantino.
I don't want to see Ewok feet.
I do.
Everywhere.
I was hoping the newsman might have it in front of him.
No. That's a stretch to ask for that stick.
It's been directed by Sean Levy, who did Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay. I'm into it. He's a good director. He knows how to do spectacle. On a
You
budget.
may wonder how I got here. Oh, dear me, Star Wars. I'm over it. Next.
Over to the World Weird Web, but we're
World of
coming all
Weird
the way
Web.
back to film
The
again.
what?
Yeah.
Over to the what?
I can't be asked anymore.
No.
You can now have Count Orlok in home with a life-size Nosferatu cutout.
Oh,
You
This was,
have
Does it have any
I
pop-out
posted this for
bits?
Candy.
Does he have chicken legs?
It showcases Bill Skarsgård's ancient bloodsucker in all its towering 72 inches by 39 inches.
What about his
glory, complete
dangling
with
9
moustache
inches?
and Transylvania appropriate attire.
But does he have his
It can
willy
be
out? Because
yours.
I could really do with a coat rack actually, or somewhere to hang my bag.
He
behind
did
my
have
door.
a big willy in that.
I
Yeah.
think that was at least 7 floppy, wasn't it?
Oh
Easy.
yeah.
That was a grower and a shower.
And you
Must have
can
been
have
warm.
that in your house, Candy, for $46.
But you can only have it for 3 days.
So I just looked
take it back.
just looked it up, Candy. He is dressed.
Well, I could change that.
Yeah, you're an artist. You can
Yeah.
change that.
I can fix him.
Did you know, speaking of Nosferatu, I read this thing about saying, Robert Eggers' new Nosferatu film's so woke, how he asks Emily for consent. For fuck's sake, you want him to rape everybody?
Vampiric consent.
He's a nice vampire.
Yeah, he's not so nice
Yes.
if you watch that film at all.
No, he's not. He's not. He's a horrible plague bastard. That's what
He does some horrible shit.
There should be more cardboard cutouts of characters. I think I'd be.
Did you know
into that.
in my first flat, I had a cardboard cutout of Edward Cullen from Twilight, and I'd never even watched it. Someone got it, man. He was taller than me. He was like
Amazing.
6'5".
Maybe you need to jump on that, Candy. Get an Etsy with
Yeah,
obscure cardboard cutouts.
In the nude.
I'm into it. Yeah, in the nude.
Oh god, his chicken legs are amazing though.
Skip leg day.
It fucking didn't.
If there's enough demand, we'll do a modern escapism, nude and dressed. Your choice.
All of us.
Yep.
All of us. But Stig's got to have another couple of weeks in gym to get them abs back.
Oh, after Christmas, definitely.
And then you can have a cardboard cutout of me and you'll know where to hang your keys.
Yeah, on your ears, yeah? Jesus. Right, let's get on with the show. It's time for what we've been up to. I want to start with Gadget.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't think I ever usually start with you.
No, I'm usually last because you like get me into the feedback.
Yeah.
So, quick Resi 4 update. I'm nearly finished the game. I'm just at the start of chapter 15, and I know the 16th.
I told you it were longer than you thought.
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I? There's a lot to it.
I enjoyed the Krauser fight, mostly because I got sick of it at the end and hit him with a rocket that I was saving.
Oh, with his big arm and that,
Yeah.
that bit. Yeah, that's
but
difficult, that.
I enjoyed the change to the maze bit where you've got to kind of chase them because it was all QuickTime events in the original version. I quite like that.
In this, it's
of a
more like
battle.
Takeshi's Castle, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it was proper
Yeah.
tense. The Regenerators can get fucked. I hate them.
The regenerators, yeah.
I don't mind regenerator enemies. In fact, like the one in Dead Space is great, but these guys, the fact you've got to get the certain scoop on the certain gun and shoot them in the certain place with the scoop.
Yeah.
Fucking
Fuck
hated
those
that.
guys. Fuck them.
And the game gives you the option to put the
Especially when you're
scope
without
on the
bullets.
machine gun or the sniper rifle, and you just don't know which is going to be best for that situation. Because you're always in a corridor,
Yeah.
so why bother with sniper rifle? But it's a stronger gun. I think it's clever.
I am
They've
glad-
all got asthma.
I am glad there's only two you have to actually kill.
Kill, yeah. There's only... Yeah,
Because there's
definitely after.
Yeah, because there's the one where you've got to get the wrench out the inside of it.
Yeah,
And then there's one...
It's in his belly.
Yeah, and then there's one when you're with Ashley when you're in like a P-shaped room and you tell her to hide in a cupboard and you've got to deal with them.
Yeah, you've just got to do it. And
Which was really fucking tense because the only gun I had that could have the scoop on it was the MP5 and I had 15
not
bullets.
very good, is it?
I only had 15 bullets to destroy the three things in it.
So you couldn't miss.
So I couldn't miss with a gun.
Best thing about
I've got a very
that,
quick-
that regenerator as well, you kill it and then it grows spikes and comes back at you.
Yeah, but at least you can shoot it regularly then.
Yeah.
I've got a quick
game,
question. It's going to probably sound very stupid, but I finished the original and still have it. Is it worth even never going back and playing that, or does
Nope.
it have to be
I've-
on the new
so-
remastered
Just play the new
version?
one.
So
Just play the new one.
I've only played the original once, back when it was on the PS2. But
This is better.
I'm having more fun with this version of it.
It's got more variety. It's got
Yeah.
open world bits, hasn't it, for a little bit on the boat.
Yeah, there's some actual scary bits as well.
There's good puzzles in it. There's Separate Ways campaign, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I need to get that.
It's one I was always going to go back and play.
It's
one
about
day,
8
'cause
hours long,
everyone-
you know, Separate Ways, guys.
It's so
brilliant.
revered, but yeah.
Well, I mean, even if because you can pick it up pretty cheap now. In fact, Biggie, I can probably send you my PS5 copy of it.
Yeah.
But like
He won't play it till next year, like.
oh no, it takes him 10 years to play.
I'm still playing The Witcher.
But I've put like 20.
He's still playing Ragnarok.
I finished that, you twat.
I'm 20 hours into Resident
If you
Evil.
listen to the pod.
I'm 20 hours into Resident Evil 4 at the minute. So and I've got
Yeah.
I've got the-
What did
I've-
you say you are? Chapter 15?
yeah. So
I was wrong. I said 20. I think
yeah,
it's 18 chapters.
16. So
is it 16?
the next chapter I've got is the last full chapter, and then the final one is like the boss and the escape.
It's barely a chapter, that last one.
So, I just genuinely really enjoying it. Apart from the Novistadors and the Regenerators, they can both suck a dick.
Yeah.
Do not like them.
Yeah.
I don't like the way the Regenerators kind of like flop out of like a vent.
or a body bag.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
But the thing I want to talk about, I've watched a film this week. I'm doing a film one, not a game one this
You've
week.
used your eyes to watch a film?
I've used my eyes, I've used my ears to listen to it, I've used my brain to consider it.
Oh, wow.
Treat for the senses. So, Oodles. I know how you like a talkie, don't you?
Oh, fuck me, yeah.
Do you like a funny talkie?
I do, yeah, I do.
Do you like a funny talkie that has a kind of interesting historical take on something?
Oh, yeah, baby. Keep talking.
And do you like it when the two lead actresses are so fucking beautiful that you're fairly sure it should be illegal?
Oh, yeah.
So this week on Apple TV Plus, I watched Fly Me to the Moon, which stars Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum.
Gorgeous people.
It is a historical romantic comedy drama about the Apollo
NASA?
11 mission. And the effort to fake the moon landing in case something goes wrong.
Oh, so just in case. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this also stars, with a pretty good cast here, this also stars Ray Romano in a non-annoying role. He's very good in this, actually. Woody Harrelson as a sinister government agent for the Nixon campaign.
I like when Woody's baddie.
Yeah. He's a smiling baddie. Like, he's not like malevolent, but he's the government agent that says, if you tell anybody about this, you're going to die in a small jail cell on an unnamed island, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as the director of the film and a director of the fake moon landing, that this is the most inspired casting of the whole thing. Jim Rash, who played
like Kubrick,
as a kind of non-union Kubrick character.
Kubrick-esque.
Yeah, but if you're not familiar with the name, Jim Rash is the Dean from Community.
Dean.
Oh.
Dean, yeah.
Wow.
And he is camping it up fabulously. Oh no, he's gone full camp, full gear, full over the top.
He's got one of the best heads in the fucking business.
You should see the hats he's wearing in this.
Has he still got his shiny head, though?
He's still got a shiny head.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Hats at jaunty angles, loud 1960s costumes.
Oh.
So this film is based around an advertising executive, Kelly Jones, who is Scarlett Johansson's character, is brought into NASA to try and sell the idea of the moon landing, because it's a little futzing with history a little bit, but basically by the time Apollo 11 was come down, the Apollo program was not exciting anymore because they hadn't achieved anything. The Soviets were the first one to put men in space and return them. The Apollo mission had put people into space, but there was still like the thing that happened with Apollo 1 where the capsule caught fire and the astronauts died before they even left the launch pad. And they'd sent like
they'd had Alan Shepard up there and stuff, hadn't they? They had classics.
They'd had 9 missions up into space, but none had landed on the moon. They'd all like either orbited the Earth or orbited the moon.
And they were never as good as like when Gagarin's first one. They were like, wow, they fucking did it.
Yeah. And
how did they do that?
So the American public were a bit kind of frustrated with it. Plus also Vietnam was going on, and Congress and the Senate were like, we could be putting much more money into this war than we are on sending like guys into space. Like, what are they even doing up there? They're just going up and coming down. Channing Tatum plays a fictional version of a launch director called Cole Davis. He's very serious. He's very intense at his job. He's got a checkered past. He holds a lot of guilt. He was the flight director when Apollo 1 went wrong. All that kind of thing. Oh, yeah. He's tortured. He's tall, muscly, handsome, and tortured.
Like me,
you can fix him. But so Kelly Jones is fast-talking, kind of Mad Men-style media executive.
Kelly Jones, the lead singer of Stereophonics?
I was thinking that.
He is, yeah. But she's the kind of person that could sell ice to an Eskimo.
I mean, look at her.
Yeah, but when she comes into NASA, and she does a lot of the real world stuff because this is historically twisted, but they are taking stuff that happened in real life. So the way like the American astronauts went up with Omega Speedmaster watches was Omega sponsoring them.
It was a thing, yeah.
And like so she's like setting up brand deals, and Cole's not into it, but then he gets on board because he sees the money coming in and the way they're convincing Congress. What I liked about this film is, so Scarlett Johansson has a really weird track record with films in my eyes. Like, she tends to play characters that just seem very similar. Like, I don't think Black Widow is that good a character. The way she plays it, it's very flat. This gets to show off, one, that she's really funny. It gets to show because her character is kind of actually a con woman. Like, there's like a checkered past. The reason she's doing it is the government say, we can wipe your history away if you do this job for us, kind of thing. Because Woody Harrelson's been intimidating throughout it. She gets to be a scam artist. So like they go to a Georgia senator's house to try and convince him to like go with the program. And she comes along, and she then has done research on the guy's wife and says, she's from Louisiana, and I'm going to try and charm her. And as soon as they open the front door, she's talking in a perfect Louisiana accent. And it's Scarlett Johansson in a way I've not seen her in a long time. Like, she's really fucking funny in this. And, like, really charming and really affable. Channing Tatum is... I'm still never entirely convinced of him as a leading man in the role like this. He's a very funny actor. He's a very funny man.
I'm going to make a name for myself.
Yeah, like, he can do slightly better than this, but he's more of a foil to what Scarlett Johansson's
doing. He was
doing.
best in Magic Mike, weren't he, Candy?
Oh, yeah.
I think he was best in Hail Caesar, where he got to dance and be camp.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But the film, the Apple put a lot of money into this. The film production
Their
is
production
fantastic.
on their films is unreal. And you just don't know they exist unless you subscribe.
My only complaint about the film is I think it's maybe about 15, 20 minutes too long. It's 2 hours 10.
Ooh.
I think, and it's because they're balancing this romantic storyline with then a lot of historical reverence for Apollo 11. And they've researched it meticulously. Watching it makes you kind of excited about space travel.
Okay.
It's really fantastic.
Have you donated to SpaceX since?
No. Candy, you'll be happy to know there's some good cat content in it.
Perfect, I'm in.
There's a black cat called Mischief who Channing Tatum's constantly chasing around because he believes he's bad luck.
Oh, love him.
Yeah. And it's a real cat. It's not a CGI cat, which I was very happy about. I think this is a really good film. It's on Apple TV Plus, and it's one of those films you don't have to pay anything for it. It's just as long as you've got the subscription. It's got a really good cast. Everything's played really well. It's cheeky. The dialogue, the banter going back and forth between Johansson and Tatum is really funny. And it's that kind of really super fast, sassy, sexy kind of banter back and forth. And yeah, I just think I really, really enjoy it. It's a solid kind of 8.5 out of 10 kind of film.
Ooh.
Cool. But it's a very fun. It's a talkie with incredibly pretty people in it.
The trailer doesn't really give that what you just said. That's not how the trailer comes across at all.
No, the trailer comes across as it's just about the faking the moon landing.
Yeah, with a rom-com slapped in the middle. Like, really doesn't come across as like half of the stuff you've just described.
Yeah, the trailer was bad.
Is the trailer like instead of what it is, it's like NASA actually. Like Love Actually.
Yeah, a little bit. It is.
Yeah, okay.
It is worth watching, and yeah, because of a really kind of slightly misleading trailer. Like, it did get a bit of a cinema release. It came out. It came out on the same day as Napoleon.
Oh yeah.
So it kind
that
of
flopped.
And Longlegs as well. It was released on the same day as Longlegs. Sorry, about a week after Napoleon. And it ended up coming like 6th in the box office.
Okay. I will get round to it. You can get a free trial of Apple TV Plus on Amazon now.
Yeah.
On Prime for 7 days.
Yeah. Watch yourself some Silo season 2 and then get on to Fly Me to the Moon.
I didn't watch Silo season 1, mate.
Not you. Any other people.
No, fuck them. Cool. Cool. I'll go next. It's mine really quick. I've just got a follow-up and something weird that happened to me regarding a film I watched this week. So the first follow-up is I finally watched Cocaine Bear.
Is it a masterpiece?
I fucking loved it.
You're not getting jealous of the bear. Yeah.
That's too much cocaine. That like as a metric fucked up. Thing is, in that film, the baby bears have cocaine, and they love cocaine.
Oh,
it's weird.
Cocaine.
Have you guys ever seen it?
Yeah,
I haven't.
No interest in seeing it.
I have
It's
interest
not-
in seeing it. I just haven't.
It's not what you think. It's not Sharknado.
Oh, never mind then.
No, it's like it's Elizabeth Banks' first directed film, isn't it? And it's played.
No, it's not her first directed film. Charlie's
Is it
Angels
not?
was her first directed film.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah, and that shit the bed.
It's played earnestly for quite a while, and then Ray Liotta turns up, which I think is his last role. And then Ray Liotta is like such a caricature. You're like, I know what it's got. It's got Ice Cube's son in it as well. Who just looks like Ice Cube.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like a doppelganger. And then it's about, obviously, a cocaine smuggle goes wrong and the plane crash lands in a park and a bear really loves cocaine. And it's a bit like National Lampoon's Jaws, but with a bear. Do you get what I mean? Like
That's pretty close to being the podcast title, I've got to say.
it's like all the characters don't know they're in a tongue-in-cheek film, if you get me. It's not cheap. It's not horrible looking like Sharknado. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that.
Right.
It's not a B movie. It's a proper movie. And it's got heart, you know. There's some funny bits in it. Do you want to see a bear bite a bloke's dick off? Why not? It's worth watching. It's worth watching. Like I genuinely came after it. I was like, that's a fucking 4 out of 5, that. But
Fuck.
as a rank of a film, it's not in like film. It's not. This is cinema. It's just in the popcorn ranking 4 out of 5. You know what I mean?
Shit.
You know what I mean?
It's
Have you seen
shit.
it?
It's absolute dog shit.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, of course I have.
I
thought
liked
you had.
it. I liked it. You just a cynic.
Not. It's just shit.
I liked it. June 2's shit. I'm joking. It's not. I really enjoyed it. Maybe it's a frame of mind film as well. Candy, you're gonna love it.
I can't wait.
But you get what I'm saying, Stig. It's not Sharknado level, is it?
No, but it's still crap.
I really like.
Maybe the trouble is it's not crap enough. You need them to be really crap if they're going to go for Sharknado.
I'm not
It's
interested.
funny.
I would never watch those anywhere.
All right. But yeah, this other weird thing happened to me this week. So I stumbled upon a film and a glitch in Netflix. So you're all going to laugh at this. I saw a film starring Jim Carrey. I was like, oh, never seen this, never even heard of this, called Yes Man. And I
I've
looked at
seen
the
Yes Man.
date.
Yes Man's
I looked at
great.
the date and it said 2024. So I thought it was a new one. Turns out it came out in 2009. And it's
Yeah, that was
just
kind of his last comedy one before he did before he went off the rails.
it was just a weird Netflix thing. It just said the wrong date. So I stuck it and I went, bloody hell, Jim Carrey looks young in this. You know what I mean? He looks good. And I watched the whole film and I really fucking liked it.
It's a good
And
film.
then I did the IMDb thing and went, oh shit, yeah, because like Zoe Deschanel's in it and she looks really young. And I'm like, huh. And I did the IMDb, I went, oh, 2009. And it's about the guy that goes to this fucking self-help seminar and he says to him, all you've got to do in life, if anyone asks you a question, you say yes. And that's the plot. And it's a laugh, man. I believe it's a book from Danny Wallace. I think it's Danny Wallace.
Yeah, it was originally a self-help book, and they've
Yeah.
somehow adapted it to a narrative.
Yeah, it's genuinely good. It's got a very young Bradley Cooper in it. Very young.
Oh yeah, because that would have been around about The Hangover and Limitless, wouldn't it? 2009.
Yeah. I'm not like properly reviewing it because it can't count because it's not modern. But
That's
I-
not fair. I
16
do
years
stuff
old.
like that all the time.
yeah, but that's not how this podcast works, Biggie. We just let you do it.
Ah, didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's
But
modern to Biggie.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And I think I watched it because we were talking about Jim Carrey last week, weren't we? And I kind of missed him. And then it just popped up. I was like, And it was like number 7 in Netflix films. So I reckon they've just applied it to the service rather than it's, you know what I mean? And it's just gone a bit fucked up with a date on Netflix. But yeah, I'd never even heard of it. I'd never even heard of it. Because I thought it was going to be like Liar Liar or something.
I was going to say, it came fairly soon after Liar Liar, I think.
Oh, no, Liar Liar was late 90s, wasn't it?
Mid-90s.
Was it really? Yeah, I suppose it would be. God.
Yeah. Yeah, I genuinely recommend it.
I would recommend. I'm trying to remember like the full name of the film. I would recommend. So also from 2009. I Love You, Philip Morris.
Oh, I've seen that. I love that. Were Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor. I'd recommend
such
that.
A good film.
It's really good.
That is and that's a real life film, isn't it? It's based on.
Yeah, it's based on a story, but he's basically playing a con man.
Yeah, that's really good, that film. It's not one to watch around the kids. There's a lot of bumming in it, isn't there?
There's a lot of bumming in it.
There's a lot.
But
yeah,
he really does love Philip Morris.
He does. He really does. But yeah, I genuinely recommend Yes Man. It's such a weird thing to say. It's new on Netflix, but it's not new. So let's move on. Stig!
Yes. Right, so I said I'd watch it and review it. And I have done. So I'm going to talk to you about Emilia Perez.
Okay, then.
For an hour.
All right. So Emilia Perez is a film about a Mexican drug lord who seeks the help of a lawyer, who's played by Zoe Saldana, to help him transition into a woman and make his previous life disappear and use his new identity to put, or her new identity, should I say, to put her previous wrongs right. So yeah, first things first, keep in mind this is a trans story. It's set in Mexico with the backdrop of drug cartels and an epidemic of disappearing people. Who else better to tell this story than a 72-year-old white French director who can't speak Spanish, insisted on it being filmed in France, and who said, "I didn't study Mexico much. What I needed to know, I already knew a little bit of." And then proceeded to make a musical out of a real-life situation which has so far claimed the lives of 500,000 people that they know of.
Like that.
On top of that, none of the leads are even played by Mexican actors.
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this film, I'll get into the film, but the backdrop of this film is received criticism from Mexican filmmakers over its exploitation of current tragedies in Mexico, as well as its portrayal of Mexican stereotypes. And it's also received criticism from LGBTQ plus organisations who've called it a profoundly retrograde portrayal of a trans woman.
Have they all got straw hats on and guitars?
No, they're just like kind of. I'm not going to do it, but you know they're just kind of like gringo.
The gringo.
Yeah. All I can say is Hollywood, Cannes, the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, and the Academy are gaslighting us to a degree that I have never known before because this film is not good.
Ooh.
Well, you knew that before you went in.
Well, I didn't know that because sometimes these films are people they complain about these
like
films
Marmite
for all sorts of
films.
reasons. Oh, it's a film about a trans woman, so that's where all the stuff comes from. You know what I mean? Like there's people who will just see the fact that it's about a trans woman and literally just talk shit about it. But no, that's not the problem. The problem is it's just shit. The majority of this film's budget, I'm convinced, has gone towards paying people to put it up for awards, to canvassing it for awards. I think we can all proudly say on this podcast we're all allies of the queer and trans community.
Yep.
We have been since the start. We always will be.
Yeah.
And I hate saying this, but this film stinks of a forced representation in order to win awards. That's how it comes across. It feels like they're all going, look at us, let's slap ourselves on the back and look how much of an ally we are to the community and how progressive we are. We've nominated a trans woman for Best Actress for the first time ever, despite the fact that she's fine. It's a fine performance. There's nothing in there that I would say is like will be remembered in, you know, no one's going to look back and go, remember that performance from her. It's fine. There are better LGBTQ films from last year alone that represent the community much better than this film and director does. And it feels like he used a trans woman as a way to get this film out and to get people talking about it more.
So it's weaponized.
Yes, it feels very weaponized.
Well, I've just seen a quote on. So I've looked down the IMDb because I'm not going to watch this film. It's shit.
No way. This got 13 Oscar nominations.
NPR's pop culture happy hour critic Rihanna Cruz said it seemed like the filmmaker was painting trans women as liars.
Yeah.
And then
and it's got a 71 on Metacritic.
And editors of the LGBT magazine Them claimed the film perpetuates the idea of transness so completely from the cis imagination. And there's also only the one trans character in the cast, when you would normally expect if it's a trans story, there would be a small community around
not
them.
just one.
So, Stig, listen to this. Do you think this film does this? Does it do the cumulative effect of all this talent is a life-affirming blood and guts carnival of a movie that ranks highly among Audiard's best and boldest work?
I mean, I've not seen a lot of his work, but it's not good.
Fucking hell.
I would say that having one trans character in there is fine because of the story it's telling. Like
it's only got one trans character.
You kind of have to remember that this was a drug cartel leader who, he's like transformed himself into someone completely new.
Just to escape.
Yeah, no, not really.
Were they actually a trans person?
The film goes into him actually feeling like
trans.
He's always known that he was trans.
So it's not a full scam.
No, it's not like he's trying to get away from it. He has always known. Beforehand, they always knew they were trans, and that's fine. And there is a little bit
not
about
that movie
in there
with the Wayland brothers in it.
With Zoe Saldana in there, where she talks to a doctor, and there is quite a good conversation in there where she talks to a doctor about understanding, like, what goes on in a trans woman's brain and why they feel the need to do this surgery. But there was a potentially really good thriller, crime, redemption, trans story in there, but I think it's
why did it have to be a musical?
Really poorly, and I don't even think the performances are that good.
That song that everyone knows that's gone viral when she's in the lab.
No, that's Oscar nominated. It's fucking dog shit.
Is that?
It's awful. It doesn't even make sense. The song doesn't make sense. I've listened to the whole song.
But it's
Papa.
No, it's
crap.
Mano when she's talking with a doctor about
and they're like conversation singing, aren't they, rather than singing?
Yes, that is the other thing. So there's not a single song in this, which is, I don't know why it's a musical. Didn't need to be a musical. That's what I'm saying.
They're not songs,
it
are
adds
they?
nothing to the film. They are not songs. They are not. They're conversational songs where they kind of talk to each other.
In rhythm.
It's just in rhythm. Sometimes it's just it's some of the songs.
It's like slam poetry, isn't it?
Yeah, some of them are
songs.
put together really badly. They just don't piece the music and the words don't piece together. And
I don't know what you mean.
It sounds fine.
No, that's better.
It kind of sounds fine because they're singing in Spanish to an English ear. It's like, but when you read the lyrics, you're like, if that was in English, that'd be fucking dreadful.
The Wikipedia highlights a line from Papa, which is a song performed by Emilia Perez's daughter, alluding to the daughter's olfactory memories. And the line is, quote, "You smell like my dad, like Diet Coke with ice, lemon, and sweat, mezcal and guacamole."
Because everyone knows that Mexicans love guacamole.
And mezcal.
and mezcal. Which is
Diet
delicious.
Coke. It's the first thing that came to my head.
It's just, I don't get it. Do not get it.
1 out of 10.
It
1 out of 5.
annoys me that this has 2 songs in Best Song. And what even annoys me more is that it has to be Best Original Song for the Oscars, because the likes of Defying Gravity fucking shits all over this film when it comes to songs.
It's not original though, is it?
Yeah. But because it's not original, it doesn't count, which is bullshit. How the fuck this has got 13 Oscar nominations? 13 Oscar nominations.
It'll win some.
I mean, it's got 13 at the Academy. It's got 10 at the Alliance of Women Film Journalists Awards. Astra Film Creative, it's got 8 or 9. BAFTAs, it's got 10.
It's not good. I don't get it. I don't get
Stig. With this,
I do not get it.
Do you? If this film wins at the Oscars, at the BAFTAs, will that make you lose a little bit of faith in their integrity?
I've already lost faith in the fact that it has 13 Oscar nominations.
Yeah, surely that makes you think
The closest thing to an Oscar nomination you could say is Zoe Saldana. The rest of it,
because she's pretty.
because she is pretty good in the film. She's pretty decent. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, songs, no. Direction, it's bog standard. There's nothing in there that we talked about earlier about Villeneuve. There's nothing in there that outstrips what he did for that. Yeah, I don't get it. Editing's pretty good.
Do you recommend it, pal?
No, I said I'd watch it, and I went in with an open mind because it's not fair to judge it before.
Were you the only one there in the cinema?
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
He was if he went to the cinema to watch it.
It's a lot of it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
There's just bits in English, but most of it's
Old
in
El Paso,
Spanish.
I can speak Spanish.
I'm flabbergasted. I genuinely am flabbergasted at how this has got.
Apparently, the director had made a comment in an interview saying he'd not researched Mexican contexts.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what Stig said at the beginning.
He said
he wasn't interested in doing it.
What I needed to know, I already knew a little bit of. So basically, he's watched films with Mexicans in, and gone, make sure I put a sepia hue over things.
Yeah. Seen a Speedy Gonzalez cartoon.
The best to be a donkey
I was just
somewhere.
thinking the same thing. Yeah.
What the fuck, honestly. I know we don't should cover other things, but I'm not going to go into them. I watched Sing Sing. Watch that instead. That's brilliant. That deserves way more recognition than this piece of shit. Com Domingo has been nominated for Best Actor because he's incredible in that. The rest of the cast is ex-inmates. It's honestly
Sing Sing, the prison in New York.
Yeah, proper life affirming kind of film. And I need to get this quote from someone, which I think this just nails it perfectly. If you'll bear with me. I should have had this open beforehand, but this is from a reviewer from a guy I follow on Letterboxd, and he said, "A very special movie, a reminder that in a broken system that only seeks to oppress, art serves as not only a catharsis but also liberation."
Ooh, that's good.
Perfect way of describing it. And Presence just came out in the cinema. Don't watch that; it's boring. We went to see it last night. It markets itself as a horror film. All I have to say is you do plan on putting some horror in your actual horror film.
Scathing.
It's not a horror film.
Isn't it supposed to be viewed from the ghost's viewpoint or something?
Yeah, and it's shit. It's just watching a family drama unfold. It's boring. It's really boring. So,
cool.
That's me.
So, we are leaving you now, aren't we, Stig? You've got to go.
Yeah, I have children decided to wake up, and so I'm going.
So, thanks for joining us, Stig. Do you have anything to plug?
Just Modern Escapism. It'll be out every 2 weeks. Catch it.
We think we might have you on next week, actually. You were good on this.
No, I'll be on in 2 weeks' time, pal. Not next week. I'll be on Scorched. In the meantime, you can find me on Scorched Sheep or all the Patreon
what's that? Is that good?
That's very good. All new characters coming out soon. Mine is pretty good.
God, is it our first episode next week?
It is.
Shitting out. Shitting out.
I've got maps to draw.
Oh, Lord, I've got characters to draw.
Everyone say bye-bye to Stig. Bye, Stig.
Bye, Stig.
Bye, Stig.
Love you.
Bye, driver. Bye-bye. Bye, podcast. Bye-bye. Bye, pod. Bye.
Cheers, cast.
Bye. He's gone. Right, he's a prick. I hate him.
Give me a second before you move on, because I've got to reset the cameras. So you can all take 2 minutes.
Reset the camera. Candy?
Well, the good news is I've had a bit of a biggie week, and not that I haven't done
Good, because we've got barely any time left.
Well, however, I won't touch on it for too long, but I did watch something that Biggie recommended, and that is The Rig. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment, and it's the one that's based on the oil rig on the North Sea. Where things
I said it was all right. I didn't say recommended it like it was the best thing ever.
You did. You said it was the best show you've ever watched.
I'm glad you said it was all right, because you said it was all right. I watched it, and I've been absolutely obsessed with it. I've really I put it on not expecting much, because not that I didn't think it was good, but just the kind of typical BBC drama is just not. It's not my cup of tea.
It's got Sunday evening vibes to it, doesn't it?
And
yeah, big
got,
time.
Jorah Mormont in it from Game of Thrones.
England. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got about 4 Game of Thrones actors in it.
I love him though. I can watch him.
He's great.
Yeah, I can watch it.
But yeah, no, it's actually really good. Like, you have to kind of forgive the fact that it's clearly not got a huge budget. There's not a massive amount of outside shots of this oil rig. There's some fairly ropey bits, and like you said, Biggie, there is a little bit of fairly ropey acting as well in places. But at the heart of it, it's actually
the American last.
Terrible. Yeah, but at the heart of it, actually, it's quite a riveting story, and I absolutely smashed all 6 episodes in a couple of evenings. I've just got onto season 2. Not sure it's grabbing me quite so much. But
Are they still on the rig on season 2?
They're on a different rig.
Different rig.
And it's all gone a
Mark
bit...
Addy
Get on
joins
another rig.
The crew.
It's all gone a bit Star Trek level sci-fi. Like, I didn't...
Oh, has it?
I watched the first episode of season 2 and I've not been back to it. I can't.
Yeah. See, I was hoping it might grab me a bit more, like, as, you know, it's just the establishing episode, isn't it? But
I think what worked for me was with the first, because I loved the first series. It had that kind of grounded vibe, even though it's telling a kind of a slightly Lovecraftian science fiction story.
Yeah.
It's grounded in the setting because they're on a rig that was built in the 80s.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, actually, you say Lovecraftian, but actually it was a lot less Lovecraftian than I'd imagined. Because I was thinking, like, basically like a literal translation of Still Wakes the Deep.
Yeah.
That came out first, though, the rig, didn't it?
The rig came out first, yeah. But it's that whole kind of unknown in the North Sea.
Yeah, you've got to remember as well, not all Lovecraft books and stories have a monster in it.
No. In my mind, they do. I was expecting...
No, they don't.
Most of the
time,
it's
about
racism.
Human condition. Racism, human condition. Yeah, unfortunately.
But no, first season I thoroughly enjoyed. I absolutely smashed through it.
And I'm sure you were very happy with the large, complicated, bearded men kind of running around, being all kind of big and muscly.
Oh, it was terrible. Hated it.
What's it on?
Prime.
Amazon Prime at the moment.
You sold it. Cool. The rig.
Oh,
the rigamajig.
Rigging in the rigging.
Friggin' in the rigging.
I'm not putting that at the end. It's a shite song.
Put it as
Oi
a title.
there, scurvy! And Biggie, round us out.
Yeah, very quick. I nearly had my own Biggie week. So, Sonic 3, enjoyable romp.
This is why we're changing the format, guys. This is why we're doing it.
But yeah, Carrie's absolutely fine. There's a mental Robotnik. There's a very good dance number in the middle of that movie, which is quite funny. My daughter loved it, which is the most important part. I'm not a massive Sonic fan, if I'm honest. So yeah, she was happy. I did watch because we have been playing. Sorry, when I say playing, we've been starring in an Alien RPG, and thanks to one of our fellow recording artists, who does a rubbish Scottish accent, Jack, at you, is
supposed to be Russian in that, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Scottish. Prometheus. I rewatched Prometheus.
Why?
Oh,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
better than Covenant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which
that's
I'm
like
watching
saying
next.
standing in dog shit's better than standing on a landmine.
It is though.
It is.
Prometheus, man, is just...
Fucked.
I really have this weird relationship with this movie because
You
I
like
hate
it, don't you?
No, I saw it in the cinema. I hated it. I watched it the second time and thought, it's better than I remember it. Watched it
Is it?
this time, and it's just so hit and miss with this film because it starts off with some really good bits. Then it's like, what the fuck did they do that for? Oh, that's quite interesting. No, what the fuck are they doing? And it's just like that throughout the whole movie. It's
You know what I genuinely
weird.
think? Think Ridley Scott fought with this film. I think he had a really good idea about an android story
It's great.
and
'cause
attached it
David's
to the
really
Alien franchise.
creepy.
I think that's how he got the funding for it. He says,
Yeah.
like, so again, kind of bringing up Jack James Ward from the Sequelizers.
Yeah.
When they had their Prequelizer season and they did Prometheus, they did a really clever thing about it, where they only reveal that it's connected in any way,
At the
shape, or
end.
form to the alien thing in like the closing seconds of the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that was the problem because Prometheus was hyped up as this is the prequel to
They
Alien.
even used the same font on it, didn't they? And everything.
Yeah,
It
and it's
was-
like you're going to get answers as to where the xenomorphs come from. You fucking don't.
Oh, the
You get
big
a
thing was
protomorph.
the big thing was you're gonna find out what the space jockey is.
Yeah. And you still
Stuff we
kind of
didn't
don't.
need to know.
Yeah.
We just didn't care. It's
I think
better having
the
mystery.
android plot in that film is the only good bit about it. David,
Yeah, he's great.
is he David that one? Oh, is it?
Yeah, David.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
David.
you're
in that
right.
one.
And yeah,
I think
there's
that's
just
the
so
best
many
bit.
bits that I like and hated while watching it, and it just
Guy Pearce's makeup.
Yeah. He's not that bad. His makeup's shit, but he's not that bad
Yeah.
in it. Especially at the beginning,
But,
like I said, that first 10 minutes when he's in that white room with David.
Yeah, that's great.
Is that Covenant or Prometheus? No, it's Prometheus.
That's
Isn't it?
Covenant.
Prometheus.
That's Covenant.
Is that Covenant?
Jesus Christ.
When
the two
he's
films
young?
blend
When he's
together.
young, it's Covenant.
Yeah,
So I
that
just
bit's
started
good.
Covenant earlier. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that-
did
I
do a
like
whole
that bit.
rewatch.
See, this is how shit I think the films are. I can't even differentiate them.
But yeah, there's so you remember the bit with the like the cesarean scene. That is just incredibly tense.
Doesn't she
And there's
staple
other
herself
bits
and
and
stuff
bobs.
like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many really good bits, and it's ruined by all the other stuff. But what I do want to talk
But by
about,
scientists taking their helmets off.
I just very quickly want to talk about Gladiator II, because I watched that, another Ridley Scott film.
You love a bit of Ridley, don't you?
He's a
I
big
watched it
Ridley's
too
fan.
for the plot.
I just don't understand why this movie exists. It's so bizarre. The main character, bless him, good-looking guy, could probably play some other good stuff. Lacked complete charisma in this. He's good at shouting and fighting, but
Paul Mescal, innit?
I had no warmth to his character whatsoever. I think her name's Lucilla. Reappears
Queen
in this
of the
film.
Desert.
And she's desperate when she realizes that this guy is actually Lucius, her missing son. I don't care about spoiling this. Fuck it.
I do.
she-
I ain't seen it yet.
Well, she has this fantastic method of sneaking through tunnels and through areas of where she lives, so that she can go and speak to people that she wants to have a sinister plot with to try and bring down the fall of the Empire. And she manages to sneak through tunnels to visit Lucius, but never thinks to take him with her because no one spots her in the entire time that she's been doing this. She
Right.
could have just saved him there and then by bringing him back with her. There's a big scene at the end where he does the big speech where he wants to rally everyone around him. He speaks to approximately 20,000 troops, and they somehow hear him at the back. They're all going, "Hooray!" It's ridiculous.
Got a megaphone.
They bring back Derek Jacobi from the first movie, literally just to die. He's on the screen for literally about 30 seconds, and he has a horrible death, which is really weird. Don't know why they brought him back. Like a classic actor that's been around for years, incredible at his job, to just die on screen for 5 seconds. It just feels rushed. Scenes end in weird ways, like it's been cut out of an extended edition, which I'm sure is on its way. Absolutely hated the ending. And then one of my favourite bits, which I took from Reddit, because I just wanted to find out if other people felt the same way. So there's this scene with Pedro Pascal, who's absolutely wasted in this movie. He's so good. And when he's on screen, he's great. But his character has such a strange arc. It's really quick. But he gets to face off Lucius in the middle of the Colosseum.
I don't need to see
And
this
as
anymore, do I?
No. And as he sits there, imagine if you're Lucius. You don't know this guy as stepdad. He's the guy who killed your wife, destroyed your home, and enslaved you. You're about to kill him, and he turns around and says, "I fucked your mum. I don't think I'd be merciful."
Yeah, it was a weird
That's
one.
So good. It's and the ending's so weird.
So,
The sharks in the water. Oh.
So, Candy, how was the quote-unquote plot?
The plot was quite enjoyable, actually. Old Pedro Pascal in his skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had a good voice as well.
Yeah, he was fine in it, and obviously, Denzel Washington's obviously getting call-outs for his role, but Denzel Washington's playing Denzel Washington. I thought his performance was absolutely fine, but I wouldn't say it was award-worthy.
It wasn't standout, I don't think. Like you
No,
said, it was
not at all.
Denzel playing Denzel again, and he just did. He's a good actor. He did a good job.
Yeah,
It was fine, but
totally.
none of the characters.
Is he in
none of the
Ancient Rome
characters-
going, my man?
Pretty much. But none of the characters were original enough. There was there wasn't a huge amount of development for the first one. Not that I watched it having recently seen the first one, so I'm just going off memory, but it just didn't do anything new. It just wasn't needed.
Yeah, well,
And it's like
that's-
2.5 hours. There's plenty of time to get a good plot across, but it just...
That's
It's
what I
just
said when I
rushed.
saw the trailer. Like, I had no interest in seeing it because why would you why would you need a sequel to Gladiator? It was a perfectly self-contained movie with a really good, strong character arc and performance from Russell Crowe and a really good baddie in Joaquin Phoenix. A really good baddie. I loved him in that.
And even the two emperors that are supposed to be these really evil conniving, they don't see enough evil conniving from them. They come across as just a little bit
just
mad.
brats.
One's got syphilis, but you don't really see an awful lot happening with them.
Don't call him out like that.
Aren't they supposed to be like a mix of like Nero and Caligula?
There was a lot of double teaming emperors in the Roman Empire.
Yeah, but they're explicitly kind of twin brothers, aren't they?
Ah, are they?
Yeah, I think reading through all the Reddit stuff, what Ridley Scott's done with the history of the Roman Empire, and probably thrown a bit of Greek stuff in there just to mix things up. He doesn't really care about actually getting it all 100% right. Hence unless they actually did this, the sharks in the Colosseum
They did.
Whilst it's a great scene.
They didn't do sharks.
Not sharks. They flooded it.
They flooded for naval combat.
There's no great white sharks in the Mediterranean. I'm sorry to tell you this.
It's just, it looks great on film, but logically it just sounds mad. And CGI baboons were awful as well. They weren't great. Idea, again, great. Just
I thought that was actually kind of cool. Fucking horrible.
I didn't like it.
Horrible. Awful.
Yeah, they're horrible looking creatures, but they look so fake. Just, disappointed, really. I knew I never really wanted to watch it in the first place, but my wife wanted to see it, so it's kind of, all right, we'll watch it. And it was kind of, it is what it is.
Cool. Speaking of disappointments, have we got any feedback, Gadget?
We do. So, Oodles' homegrown vasectomy tech, Bobby Wayne, has said,
Jesus.
"What's kicking, kin?" This week I watched season 3 of From, the supernatural mystery series I've written in about before, about a bunch of mismatched survivors stuck in a town they can never leave, who are hunted at night by a strange Wendigo-type creature. The latest series has started to answer some ongoing questions from the first series, and the finale's cliffhanger was a genuine "oh shit" moment. I'm still recommending this to people to watch, particularly for fans of Lost, Stranger Things, Fringe, etc.
I'm in. Thanks, Bobby. I'm going to check that out.
So that's called From.
I do like having a fringe sometimes.
I also watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The latest installment sees the Blue Blur take on Ivo Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik, Ivo's grandfather, and Shadow, a less cheerful version of Sonic. For anyone that played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle back in the day, there is a very strong story tie into this game, although some major characters have been omitted, presumably as they try to build the universe up. Jim Carrey was brilliant playing both Robotnik and Robotnik, and I'm sure you've seen the viral dance from the movie. It's doing the round on TikTok, which was great fun to watch. Also, Robotnik and Robotnik just makes me think of Marley and Marley from from the Muppets Christmas Carol. As good as the film was, and I never thought I'd say this, there were a few plot holes, and ideally it needed to be a little longer for some character development. It's a fucking Sonic film.
Right. Bobby Wayne's one of those that watches deviant like penis Sonics and stuff like that.
Right.
He likes to see Hedgehog
What's wrong
cock.
with that?
The movie felt like a huge rush to the end, but it was still enjoyable. Idris Elba as Knuckles was great as ever, and Keanu Reeves did a good job playing Shadow, because let's be honest, there's not much range involved with being dark and brooding.
100%.
Tell me about it.
For anyone that's read the comics, the after credit scene looks to be setting up for the next movie with one of the Sonic's greatest villains. Here's hoping they don't jump the shark after proving they can't listen to fans in the past.
Did Robert just say then, for anyone that's read the comics, just him? Surely.
I mean, I read the comics in the 90s when I was a little boy.
Hey man, let's go get some chili dogs. Wow.
Gotta go fast.
Woo! Kiss some human women.
That was just one game.
He did do that. That is
did.
canonical.
It is canonical, yeah. Xenos has said, I've reached the end game point for Path of Exile 2, at least on my main character. This is mostly grinding now, but I'm looking at making another character to do something extremely stupid and build a minion-free version of one of the minion-focused classes. There's no actual rule saying a witch has to be chaperoned by 20 skeletons everywhere she goes, so I'm trying to work out if I can turn into a demon instead and somehow avoid burning myself to death in the process.
You met Elon Musk yet?
Yeah, I was just about to say, is he officially better than Elon Musk now then?
Well, yes,
Oh, that
because
game.
he knows how to play the game. Elon Musk doesn't.
Remember he's clicking on a map that he'd not unlocked.
The guy Elon Musk pays to play the game to keep him at a high level. He knows how to play the game.
Of course.
Mike Halstead has said, "Sup, bitches?"
Word.
Because he's a teenager from the 90s.
Has he been watching Sonic 2?
After a traumatic couple of weeks, I'm ready to bring some feedback again. Yes, he's had a bit of a rough time, and we're thankful that he's back.
He has.
I'm well into the Lord of the Rings Two Towers audiobook and still enjoying Andy Serkis's narration. He's enjoying our Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Alien RPG series so far.
It's all right, isn't it?
Part 3 coming out in the next couple of weeks.
I know what happens.
You do. You don't know what happens at the end. We've not got that far yet.
Everybody
My character
dies.
gets bullied.
Oodles' character just starts having sex with everything.
It's what Geiger would have wanted.
We've started X-Files from the beginning. Yes, lad. Yes.
Every time.
I've only
Anytime.
seen season 1, but don't actually remember any of it, so that's handy. I don't need to say anything about it that hasn't already been said. X-Files is great.
It's good.
Eugene Victor
really
Toombs.
fucking good.
Do you know what? I keep going
Toombs.
to. I really want to go back and watch all of it, but then I realise like every season's about 25 episodes long, and there's about 10 of them.
Go
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
go
And
watch
Scully
these.
gets captured a lot.
Yeah.
Go to the
And she still
Supercut.
doesn't believe.
Can they go to the Supercut Intersect files where they intersect all the best episodes into a nice chunk, about 20 episodes or something like that.
That's what we need. I like the
doesn't
Monster of the
skip-
Week ones.
It doesn't skip the good Monster of the Week ones, but it skips like the werewolf one that no one's asked about, and
Or them just
stuff
fucking
like that.
wandering around the Pacific Northwest, not doing
Or
anything.
everyone knows the worst X-Files episodes are ghost ones because it's cheaper, isn't it, to do ghost
Yeah.
ones?
And actually,
Get
about
Mulder in an
50%,
house.
50% of the alien ones are a bit shit.
Yeah, with his sister and that. Yeah, you're right. With the little greys running up and down.
However, I will say I would actually watch the entire thing start to finish just to have 90s Gillian Anderson back in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great, but
She's a fine
I just
woman.
yeah, I got annoyed when I tried to do the same thing.
but Biggie, she starts as a damsel in distress. She doesn't end as one.
No. Still never really believes, though.
No, and she's been abducted by aliens. She's seen Victor Toombs. She got took by Bigfoot. She saw a real werewolf.
She still looks. She still looks absolutely wonderful doing an autopsy, though.
Yeah, skeptic.
That ponytail and them glasses.
She could do my autopsy.
Jesus Christ.
Booked in next week, Biggie.
Got a package deal.
Yeah. Mike goes on to say, we watched the new Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx film, Back to Action. And whilst it's not breaking any boundaries and it's quite predictable, I still enjoyed it as a switch your brain off and enjoy kind of film. There's a lot of WWE on Netflix, catching up and keeping up with the build-up to next week's Royal Rumble. Gaming-wise...
It's a good job none of us care about it, isn't it?
Yeah. Gaming-wise, I've played a bit of Balatro on my phone whilst away from the consoles. You poor man, you clearly have not done anything then. I've repurchased PS Plus with 35% discount and a bit of store credit. It only cost me £60 for premium for the year, so I jumped back into power washing in Midgar thanks to Candy's influence last week.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? So relaxing.
I'm going to buy it when the Wallace and Gromit set comes out.
Yeah.
I tried Football Manager 24 last week, but I didn't get on with it. And then I got the
You
standard.
won't because you can't download any stuff onto the PS console at all. So you just get all those horribly named teams. Yeah. Wank.
I then got the Stanley
Get the
Parable
PC.
Ultra Deluxe, and wow, what a game that is so far. I've got 8 of the 12 trophies and 4 of the 6 mini Stanley figures. And don't you dare take my bucket away from me. That's my bucket, and I love it.
It's a great bucket.
I love Stanley Parable.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about this game that I've never
It's
played.
fucking
should
mint.
play it, mate. It's
we said it
incredible.
on here.
It's
Fucking mint.
genuinely one of the funniest kind of meta-narrative games ever. It completely deconstructs
I don't know how
the
they
idea of
did.
gaming.
I don't know how they developed it. It seems impossible.
It's wild how many permutations there are to the story.
Yeah, I've never seen nowhere near all the endings and stuff.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. Wow. Any more?
Last one, Bullet Boy Angry Kurt. He's getting into his crime novels again. Says, this week I finished the excellent Decade in Tory book that Gadget recommended. It is excellent.
And he's converted.
Sure, it was also an anger-inducing read, but the humour it added made it a good laugh. The author has quite a way with words. Before the release of Mickey 17, I'm aiming to work through the director's back catalogue, having only seen Parasite before. So I watched
Wow.
Snowpiercer this week. I thought it had a really strong first half, but the second half kind of peters out to a lackluster ending. Chris Evans was great.
It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, isn't it? That's what it is. It's
a
Charlie
bit,
and the Chocolate
yeah.
Factory.
Chris Evans was great, though, and Tilda Swinton, and overall, I'd say I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He directed The Host.
The Host with the underwater monster thing.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Was that one
wait
with that
till you see
weird?
that cut.
What was the one with that dog creature as well? I can't remember now.
Wallace
It
and
sounds-
Gromit?
No, it sounds like Cujo. Obviously, it's not Cujo. Something like that.
I can't remember them all. I don't think I've seen all Bong Joon-ho's films. I don't think I have.
Yeah, The Host.
I've only seen Snowpiercer and Parasite.
You only need to watch Parasite. It's one of the best films ever made.
Well, true.
It's phenomenal. I've seen it about
The Host is
17
great fun.
times. Cool. Is that everything?
That's everything from the audience.
As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes, and follow us on Blue Sky. Just type in Modern Escapism in search, but I'm not going through all that bollocks. Please consider joining our Discord. That is in the show notes. And becoming a patron. Like we said at the beginning of the show, your patrons ain't losing much. If anything, you're gaining. Am I right?
We're going to be so much fresher for the patrons.
You get a new patron exclusive in Scorched Sheep.
Yeah.
Never before done.
We didn't think we had the technology for it.
No, and somehow in 2025 the technology is available. God, thanks, Elon. Thank you.
No,
Right.
Don't say that, man. He's listening.
Summon him.
It's time for Candyland.